There you go. I gotta get myself lower for this one.
Now I get to pretend to be my height. Yay!
All right, so hey guys, but
Give us a slight turn.
that
That is way too much. Way too much.
Yeah, because people so care about our amazing production quality at this point. I was like, you know what? I was really into them until they had the camera slightly to the right a bit more, and I was just done with it at that point.
Hey, we have two big people in our groups, foot fetishists, and people who are really anal about framing. We don't want to lose one of them or else we're screwed.
Wait, who's the one that's anal about framing?
How the hell should I know? I'm just sure there's someone there.
You're the one that's anal about framing.
What about the small majority that actually wants to frame your toes?
Well, they need to pay. They need to pay good money on Patreon. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying no, because I will whore myself out.
Hopefully not that way. I also need a little bit of extra light.
Again, let's look at that. Doesn't even work.
Oh, there we go. No. It was like,
the light is a lie.
That was actually pretty damn funny. It's like, shit.
All right, so yeah, we saw a movie tonight. Let's talk about that. Mask of the Phantasm. It's actually the second time I reviewed it on this channel, but now we actually in the group setting.
Yeah.
Back me and Wes did it a couple years ago, actually.
And this is the second time I've seen it in theaters.
The first time I was in the original run.
Yeah, back 25 freaking years ago.
How old are you again?
I was like either 4 or 5.
So, that's not what I said. How old are you now?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said I was 30. I turned 30 yesterday. November 11th.
You old fuck. Anyway. So,
Stop mocking me!
so, this is actually your first time seeing it, so I'm kind of curious what your perspective is. What do you think?
It reminded me, well, it's exactly just kind of like a addition to the cartoon. Just, yeah.
It's a very good episode of the cartoon.
Well, a longer one, yeah. I mean, I thought the quality of the cartoon in the episodes was really great, so I don't think they really could have topped that other than making it a longer cartoon.
Yeah, I can see that. Although I did think there are some very slight improvements.
Yeah, animation, everything got just a slight bump up. Even some of the animation looked a little better. The music, they got way more epic with it.
Yeah, the music they definitely put more budget into. With the big choir and all all that.
Yeah. It's like, holy shit! Imagine the theme song had lyrics!
Trying to pay more money just for the Oz.
Oh! It's hey, can we get 20 more bucks in here? Why? You'll see.
Yeah.
Maria!
And those two voices overdubbed in several different ways cost $8 million.
And it's also hey, we can get just a little bit of blood in here now since it's a theatrical release, right? Yeah, sure.
Now here's the fun fact, this was not meant to be a theatrical movie originally. When they completed this, it was meant for directed video.
Yeah, that was very popular at the time.
But I guess Warner Brothers, they liked the quality so much, it's like, hey, why don't you make this theatrical? What?
And it would never happen again.
Until today.
Well, I mean, have they released, did we release any new, did they ever release another Batman movie in theaters after that?
Animated? No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, because even Batman being Return of the Joker was straight to DVD, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, this movie tanked in its theatrical run.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's why it didn't happen.
Philistines.
But no, there's definitely see they take a little more advantage of the fact that it's theatrical release. Like I said, they actually you actually get tooth fly at one point. And yeah, the audio in particular, I think, really does get a boost in the theatrical experience. That being said, you look back, it's some of the stuff is a little dated, but still holds up pretty well overall.
Yeah,
you're the technical guy. You'd say shit.
No, I'd say. I mean, that's kind of the beauty with analogs. It usually tends to, for the most part, hold up pretty well since it's basically a master source. There's a lot of stuff to mine from it. As long as you didn't have crappy tape and whatnot.
Yeah, there were definitely a few frames in some that were a little more fuzzier than others.
Yeah. This is the other interesting thing, which I didn't realize until I got the Blu-ray for this movie, was it was actually, being that it was made straight for VHS, it was actually originally done in 4:3 aspect ratio, kind of like the TV show was.
For those... Not that's me. But
It looked like a box.
There you go.
Not a rectangle.
There you go. See,
It looked like a true square box, not a super rectangular one.
okay, there you go. See, that helps for.
So
I didn't study film.
And yet you review it.
I appreciate it, and I've learned over time.
Fair enough.
But I don't know all the technical jargon.
Yeah.
I'm just still learning that.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, like, everyone's kind of seen this movie up to this point. There's not a whole lot really to say about it, other than the fact that I'm kind of disappointed they didn't do more with this character of Andrea Beaumont. Now, it's kind of funny. It's definitely getting to the point you have to definitely look at this movie through the lens of when it came out in the 90s, because there's some stuff I do feel like with women, it's kind of like, okay, this is a little outdated. Did you get that feeling too?
I was not going to say anything.
I think it's a fair criticism at this point.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious though, like what in particular stood out for you? I'm curious.
I don't know. I had this little kind of like scratch in the back of my head every time I was watching, whenever she got on screen, and the whole anything related to her really was just kind of getting a little bit slightly on the back of my nerves.
It's outdated interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, definitely kind of like, not necessarily damsel in distress.
But yeah, I knew it's from that time period, so it's like, of course it's going to be a little outdated.
And it's also kind of the fact that I kind of wonder, like, how much of it was, like, intentional versus unintentional. Because it's definitely still a noir movie, too, at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of, like, keeping to those cliches of the noir period, but also being dated for being back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Where female representation and let's face it, anything wasn't exactly great.
Yeah.
That being said, I still thought she was well done as a character.
Yeah.
Taken out, like, I can't talk today. Given the more outdated elements, and nothing else, the design of the Phantom character looked pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like a Dr. Doom kind of thing.
A little bit, yeah. Like I said, it's a character I do kind of wish they brought back more than once.
When did they bring her back?
She makes a cameo in Justice League Unlimited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she pops up in one of the better episodes. She doesn't actually have any lines. She just kind of shows up and says, like, hi, I'm a reference, and then kind of leaves. But then again, I guess it's a one-and-done character, and the Batman the Animated Series was guilty for a lot of these characters back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely, like, well, let's try this one. Let's see where that goes. And that didn't go anywhere, and that character disappears.
Except for the Condiment King, who made his grand return in Lego Batman.
Yeah, Now, he was actually in that character's so probably made in the comics.
Oh, I thought he popped up in the animated series.
He did. He was created in the animated series, but they just liked the absurdity of it, so they brought him in the comics too. And then he made a cameo in the the Lego Batman movie. I'm sad to know the legacy of the Condiment King.
Wouldn't surprise me. Mayo. Sorry.
Wait, what is your interpretation of the Condiment King?
Whatever.
Like the porno version?
Yeah, me. I would think that, yeah.
Condiment King and his sidekick, Lube Larry. I'll make you slippery.
Oh, it was the Condom Ent King.
Wait, how does that work? Does he have like little dispensers?
I know.
Practice safe sex. Just
I know.
people.
He's got to cover up that wood somehow, though.
Oh.
No capes.
Just imagine, like, check little condom, like, balloons, like, water balloons of people. That's his main weapon.
You see him running into the Joker, and how many jokes the Joker would have for him?
Oh, God.
Then he would be the true Condiment King because he would relish it. I live to make you suffer.
Oh, God, Grant. No, like, this movie does feel a little darker than the overall series did, though. I feel, again, it kind of goes back to what I feel like they can get away with in the movie compared to the TV. Because you really watch a TV show, it actually plays it pretty safe.
For the most part, yeah. They had to And I remember there was a really interesting documentary about that. Like, I can't remember, or a book where they talked about the things that they had to go, work around. Because there's this one image that they made in the book that showed that epitomized everything they couldn't show in the show and how they had to work around it.
What was that?
God, I can't remember what it was. Obviously, it was like sexual content, guns, child endangerment, punches to the face.
Oh, was it like a fucking Spider-Man thing where they couldn't actually show punches to the face?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, that time, yeah, they could. So the way they got around that's why they had the flashes with the screen. That was their way around it.
That's better than what the Spider-Man cartoon did. Do you know this? Did you ever watch the 90s Spider-Man cartoon as a kid? Okay. Looking back, it wasn't that good.
Well, you remember who you're talking to.
I know. It was worth asking, though, just to make sure before I said anything. But basically, it was a Spider-Man show where Spider-Man wasn't allowed to punch anyone.
Okay.
So the ways they got around that were less smart. And that their accents were like, bear hug. And then they rolled around the floor for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've seen some GIFs of this.
You probably have.
Oh, God. I'm actually remembering Carnage and Venom doing that.
Yeah, that was the most famous example.
Oh, God!
Where it's Venom and Carnage go, meh, 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 meh. And that Iron Man was there too. Meh, he'd fall on top too. It was a weird doggy paddle of Marvel characters.
I remember the Punisher was in there at one point too, when he was hunting down Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can have Punisher in your fucking show. But you can't have anybody punch anyone.
Yeah. And fun fact, that was the other reason why they, for the most part, didn't have handguns in Batman either.
That I knew.
Yeah. I think because I discussed that with you before when we were watching the Blu-rays for the series.
Yeah, well, I think we've discussed that, but they do have them here, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, once again, video cassette, it was PG versus what is now Y7.
Which is an actual, PG, in this, back then, we get away more PG. And then, was it Shrek that kind of fucked it up for everybody?
I'd say really the 70s and the 80s really fucked it up, and then they kind of...
Well, it's PG used to mean you actually should have a parent with you, and then for some reason they just got if they put a couple less than not actual curse words but not in your movie,
yeah,
then that counts as a PG. Then everyone started doing that.
I'd say technically Temple of Doom and Jaws really messed that one up. No, not Temple of Doom. Red Dawn, that's what it was.
I was gonna say Jaws wasn't PG.
Yeah, because the PG-13 rating wasn't invented yet. So that was a PG movie. But yeah, Temple of Doom. Huh. Temple of Doom, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And Red Dawn was the first PG-13 movie.
Guys, come on. What? You start to hard out of a guy's chest. What?
Oh, and let's not forget the eyeball soup.
I forgot about the eyeball soup. I mean, if anything would get me to not want to take my kids to go see Temple of Doom, it would have been that fucking shrill woman. You know that? We're not sinking, we're crashing! That obnoxious blonde woman.
Oh, yeah, the lady who just calls for
the one who,
time.
Yeah, that one.
The one who ended up marrying, Spielberg right after that movie.
Yeah. You're welcome, honey. I guess after that point, not to mention... And racism. I would also not take my kid to Temple for racism. Against who? Everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone! Gary Oldman. Have you ever seen that clip?
It sounds familiar.
I may have shown you.
Okay. So we need to show you Fifth Element, and we need to show you Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love The Professional. Gary Oldman, it just shoots for the fucking moon. It's great. Anywho, so yeah, and of course, just it's nice after the last few Jokers we've had, with Jared Leto doing what Jared Leto did, and seeing how Joaquin Phoenix does. It's nice to just have a little taste of what it was like to have Mark Hamill back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a line in that movie that got a pretty good laugh out of giggle out of you.
What one?
It was the one where, because you and I always joke, you and I joke around about the gay fan fiction between Batman and Joker.
Yeah.
So there's a line where it says I've seen him. He's he's not as cute as Batsy.
Yeah.
And I look over at you. He's like.
Totally for each other, man. I am. Oh God, it has to be
I'm sure it is somewhere in some alternate universe. Or technically Flashpoint if you want to get into that.
Yeah.
But no, like, and there's something very creepy about seeing, like, full Mark Hamill Joker face with the laugh in a full theater screen.
Oh, yeah, that is a little creepy.
It's still not the creepiest version of the Joker, in my opinion. They do it with Mark Hamill version, anyway.
Yeah. I'd say the Arkham game, at least.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say the creepiest one was in Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
Yeah, yep. That was a good one.
Have you ever seen that one?
Mm-mm.
We'll show you that one, too.
Yeah, I'll show you that one later. Cause at least one sequence of it, because it's honestly the darkest and best like Batman anime they've ever done, period.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I think that was one of the questions at the
trivia that we did, yeah. It may have been. I don't remember, honestly.
Or you put all your money on that, and it was not it.
No, that's what it was. I remember that question. The question was like, who created Harley Quinn? And I was like, oh, Paul Dano Dini. I could not remember Paul Dini's name for the life of me. And then it turns out I was like, Bruce Timm. Fuck!
That is a technicality, good person.
I know, I was pissed about that. I was like, fuck you, it's Paul Dini, we all know it. Technically, he made the show. I'm gonna find you where you sleep. And like one thing I did like from this movie compared to the TV show, and something that always bothered me about the first 3 seasons of Batman the Animated Series is, as good as the animation is, the action always struck me as like surprisingly slow.
Unless you had the Japanese studio, like the one that worked on the movie here.
Yeah, and that's what I said. It's a lot faster here because, like especially like.
Makes sense.
And it's more striking because you'd think Batman is like this invincible guy, and then he gets beaten by Two-Face by a kick to the chest and trips over a broom. And he's kind of like, it's not quite what I had in mind for Batman.
Da, 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 da.
Pretty much. And then he gets waken up by a janitor. Like, I love the Two-Face two-parter, but that's the one part that kills me in that episode. It's like, hey, you okay, Batman? Like, oh, thank you, Janitor Joe. Thank you for saving Batman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Granted, the way they did that character is still in my, like, one of like the top 3 best interpretations of that character, but the original show, looking back, had some flaws. That's why, in my opinion, like, season 4 doesn't get enough credit.
And it's funny because I wonder if the fact that like season 4 is like when they had the revamp on the animation,
that's when they got like they went more the Superman style, and that went eventually into like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. That like what became Bruce Timm's signature style was in season 4, which everyone like not a big crowd pleaser season 4. But it does have, honestly, still has like at least 2 or 3 of the best episodes the show ever had.
Oh yeah, like the Batgirl one.
Oh god, the Batgirl one. Have you ever seen that one? Okay, we're adding that to the list.
It made it on the list.
I like that look in your face, like, oh god, here we go.
No. My list is a lot more longer for you. Of movies. For you to watch.
That's where she's in there somewhere, right?
I know. I had to clarify very slowly so everyone can get it.
Dick.
What?
I don't know. That was like one thing I was thinking every time they did that cutaway joke where Batman is making out with a woman and then Alfred comes in, but they don't show them making out right away. So you just imagine Alfred's like, oh dear, showing in the Bat-Dick. All right, I must leave now.
I'd rather not see the Batarang.
Or the Bat Grapple. Bat-a-wang.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I will say that another thing that I do like on top of this movie, they do a really good job of showing the vulnerability of Bruce Wayne in this.
Yeah, like, I mean, say what you will, like, Andrea Beaumont as a character and how well she's aged over the years, like, this is still, like, oh god, I'm blanking. Not Kevin Bacon. Kevin Conroy.
Could you imagine Kevin Bacon?
Oh, god. Footloose comes on in the background.
Tonight, I'm just imagining like the 60s style Batman, except with Footloose playing in the background.
You probably could easily throw that in there and Adam West and
Footloose, pow! Footloose, bang!
Someone's gonna edit that together, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah, watching him do the Batu-C to that.
What? Oh, right. No, like, especially the finale is like, which Japanese studio worked on this?
I can't remember what the name of it is. I I just remember that like there was a Japanese studio that like always worked with that like Warner Brothers always works with. I'm not sure if it's like they're the one that they own, but like you can see it with them. You see it in Animaniacs. You see it in Freakazoid. You see it in like a lot of the Warner Brothers animations.
Now, did they work on the TV show a lot, or was it just this movie?
Oh no, they worked on the TV show a lot. Like you can see in the Man Bat, the first Two-Face parter. The second one of the Clayface.
Okay,
a couple I can think off the top of my head.
I mean, they've always been greatly detailed. I always feel like the motion itself kind of suffered because it was so detailed, though.
Well, like I said, like they didn't work on all the episodes. They just worked on some here and there. Like if you usually the better episodes, they're the ones that worked on, except for that crappy Underdwellers one. But
was that the one with the alligator man?
Yeah, more or less. The Pied Piper dude. Yeah, the one who had the crocodiles. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another. Like I kind of. There's just like show. Like it's like one of the first 5 episodes where they have like this child abductee character who has an army of children and pet alligators. That has not aged well in any way. I don't think it aged well back when it came out.
Nope. That was always considered a lesser episode.
There was kind of a lot like that when you watch the show all in sequence, though. And granted, it's still like the best Batman show to date, but like that's also like it had some speed bumps.
Yeah, totally acknowledge that.
I mean, there's one creepy one in particular. I don't know if it was meant to be creepy or what, but the Invisible Man episode.
Yes, that was a good one.
You know that one? Yeah, that one,
stood
like,
out for me.
I watched that one as an adult, and that one creeped me the fuck out. Like, I don't know if it was meant to be this creepy, but this is, like, really creepy.
Was that the one? Was that one of the ones we watched?
No.
Okay, then I watched that with Jasmine afterwards. But, yeah, funny thing, that was another Japanese animation studio one.
Yeah.
I just remember that Michael Gross played the bad guy in that one.
It's fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Especially with the animated eyes.
Yeah.
It's always the fucking eyes. That's what it always boils down to in any of these. You notice that? Like, even like the Joker, it all comes down to like just this close up in the eyes, and they're yellow, and they're staring right at your fucking soul. It's like, Jesus Christ.
And then they're black with the white pupils.
And some are kind of racist.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, the Asian woman in this movie. The only Asian woman in this movie.
Yeah! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's the first time I noticed it. I was like,
Whoa.
oh.
Ooh. Yeah. What's the crack I made beforehand that made the guy laugh when they were talking about Superman?
Oh.
It's like featuring the Max Flesh card. It's like, oh, good, they didn't include the racist one.
The guy, big rocker guy next to you. He had like leather jacket with studs on it and everything. He had like nose ring and whatever. Talking about racist Superman.
We made him laugh. Yeah. What was the joke that you said that made him laugh? Oh, clearly the superior Pokemon.
Oh. Yeah, because we were talking about the Detective Pikachu trailer before this. When's the Superman Fathom event?
25th, I think.
Okay, like right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is that on or after? What do you say?
That's after.
All right, that'll make sense. I've never seen Superman, so because
yeah. Speaking of which, I actually just picked up the 4K Blu-ray for that too this morning.
Yeah, no, you told me.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bar.
Good Lord, I'm tired.
Yeah. On that note, what do you guys think of the Looney Tunes short?
It was okay.
Yeah. It had a couple funny moments, but like it's there.
Yeah. Like, was it Wile E. Coyote and the Rise of Bird?
Something like that. Yeah. Just stick with Mask of the Phantasm. It's a great dark exploration of the Dark Knight's mind.
And here's Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Womp womp. Yeah, but like overall, like I'd still say, like I wouldn't say this is my favorite animated Batman movie. I'd say it's in the top 5, but especially after like there's been a lot of really good animated Batman movies that come out since then. Mm-hmm. Like Under the Red Hood is really good. Like Return of the Joker is really good. Well, I've heard Batman Ninja is good for an entirely different reason.
I still want to see that.
Yeah, I would argue the.
I've been told just don't watch the English dub.
I can't speak for that. I heard that. What's it called? The one you just got.
Sub-Zero?
No. The Adam West one.
Oh, Return of the Cape Crusader.
Return of the Crusader. I love that one. That one's a delight.
And I also got the Two-Face one, which we need to watch.
Yeah, I know you've mentioned that one before, but like that, like the first Adam one is fucking great.
But there's only one reason why I'm super excited for Two-Face.
Why?
because he's voiced by William Shatner.
Well, I knew that.
I know. It's just, that alone is just like, Adam West versus William Shatner. Dear God, this is what I've always wanted.
I gotta share that one. That has some great like meta commentary on like the cheesy version versus the dark version of Batman, because they have him like slowly turn into like the darker Batman throughout the entire movie.
So wait, did they Spider-Man 3 him?
Kinda, honestly. Yeah. Except this time it's deliberate. It leads to a great scene where it's like, I thought I dressed up as a bat to like strike fear in the hearts of criminals. But really, I just wanted attention. Or the best is when he starts doing the Dark Knight monologue, and the Dark Knight Returns monologue. It's like, this is an operating table, and I'm the surgeon. It's fucking great. Anyway, what do you guys think? Does Mask of the Phantasm age pretty well?
I'd say for the most part, yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, I still thought for the most part Beaumont was a pretty good character, aside from some awkward moments. That the tripping over martial arts bit felt a little awkward.
Yeah, that's...
It's like, yeah, that
honestly, that kind of made me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, maybe that part did not age, that we could have done without in retrospect.
Yeah.
For the most part, like, I mean, great characters, like...
I mean, it's Batman.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, they do a great job of, like, really exploring his vulnerability in this. The idea of, like, how he feels he doesn't deserve to be happy.
Yeah.
And, like, how that kind of feeds into, like, his dilemmas pretty well. Like I said, I enjoyed Beaumont. Like, she, you know, good sympathizable antagonist. Also, it is kind of funny, like, they did to a good little... kind of like, switcheroo with the way they make you think it was the father, though. The fact that Stacy Keach voiced both the father and the Phantasm.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, it's a...
Yeah, I mean, back in the day...
That's a pretty obvious twist.
I mean, back in the day, it made more sense. Like, now, it's also a case of we've seen this movie so much, too.
True, but, like, I mean, well, you've never seen this before. Did you see that coming? Yeah, see, it's pretty obvious.
It is. But it's like, I mean, back in the day, it's like, it was a smart move. Like,
I mean, when you were a kid, I can see you falling for that, because I think I did the first time I watched it, but, like, as an adult who know how narrative works in any movie, it's like, okay, we're supposed to believe the character has never shown up in the present.
Yeah, and the fact that, like
dialogue at this point, yeah, we really
and, of course,
believe
the fact that Andrea showed up literally the time that it all happens.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's introduce one more relevant character that somehow will not be the main antagonist for his villain.
Yeah.
It's like, that's one thing I respect about Under the Red Hood, in that in the book they had the heck to the mystery that who's the Red Hood, and like in the movie they don't even pretend to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
It's like, look, the minute we say Jason Todd, you all know exactly who it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, since you don't have the nostalgia goggles on,
no, I don't.
Yeah. So just as a freshman, it's like, yeah, it's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still a good representation of a good quality of a cartoon show. That's definitely not, nobody's made something that quality recently, in my opinion. I know that you guys say that we're still in the middle of a golden...
not for Batman, I would say.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying in general for, like, the terms of, like, the actual quality of the drawing and everything like that. The music and the storyline and the dialogue was good. I mean, it's not too heavily played on really stupid jokes, which is great.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart and pretty dark for a cartoon, and I liked it.
Yeah, no, I also agree with that, and that's actually a good point, too. And, like, I do say we're, like, in, like, Golden Age cartoons, but it's in a very different style and a very different theme than back then. Where back then everything, it was kind of a Wild West territory for cartoons back then, because we're kind of testing the water to see what we can do. Like, you look at Animaniacs or like Freakazoid, any of those movies where like
anything Warner Brothers made,
pretty much,
really.
Yeah. Or Nickelodeon was also around that time too. So it was a lot of just trying everything and kind of seeing what works and what doesn't work. So you got great gems like Batman the Animated Series. I can go dark and I can go goth. I can do all these kind of things. But you also had like, I don't know, like Rugrats, which kind of goes in the opposite direction of like stuff. Like it was an very experimental time in cartoons. Nowadays, like a lot of shows kind of look similar, but they're exploring more mature themes. Yeah. But it's still very much for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While Batman the Animated Series was still for kids, but
accessible for adults.
Yeah, like more intentionally made for adults than kind of the more current crop of TV shows we have. Like, I don't think the creators of the new My Little Pony knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, I'd say it's not a case like Avatar or...
Rising Howard from the dead. Because he was a brony, right?
No, actually, he was friends with bronies.
Oh, I thought he was a brony.
He kind of was, but not to that extreme, and then it got to the point where he was like, nope, this is too much, I'm out.
He's an ex-brony.
Yeah.
I still made him go see this stupid fucking movie, though. That was a fun night, I'm not gonna lie. I even know more about My Little Pony than I fucking want to. I'm not gonna lie.
I still know nothing except for the fact that the siblings from BioShock Infinite made a cameo.
I just know I've seen Equestria Girls 1 and 2, and I've seen the movie. I know it has its fans. Don't fucking at me. But no, like the general point though, you are right though, and like it was definitely, we haven't seen a movie quite this dark, I would argue, since then. At least not one that's geared towards kids.
Yeah.
Even shows I really, really like aren't like deliberately dark as this was.
Yeah.
Or even like the Batman shows that'll come after.
Yeah, like there'll be dark moments. Like I'd say the darkest one I can think of is Adventure Time to a certain degree.
To a certain degree,
yeah.
But that's still very bright colors.
Yeah.
They'll have dark moments, but it was definitely not made to be dark. This was made to be dark from the get-go.
Yeah.
Even like the shows that came after, even like the Batman played it a bit more safe and a bit more cartoony. I never saw the 3D one. I heard that one was actually not bad.
I didn't see that one either.
Yeah. And I don't even know what they're fucking doing now.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good overall point.
Yeah.
You guys anything else to add?
Yeah, really good pacing.
For a 72-minute movie, yeah.
Yeah, like that definitely helps. Like it goes by at a really, brisk pace, doesn't really focus too much on the stuff you don't need.
Mm-hmm. I always forget that Grease guy is in the movie. The councilman guy.
Yeah.
Every single time I always forget he's in there, and then he shows up, I was like, oh yeah, this fucker. Alright.
And I keep forgetting Abe Vigoda voiced a mafioso. What a surprise.
Oh yeah, that was Abe Vigoda. Huh.
But I'm still sad he never said anything about it's not personal, it's business.
The one thing I've never understood about these animated movies is that they're always 72 minutes long, no matter what, and that's never made sense to me.
It's the fact that it's a combination of 3 episodes, which are on average about 24 minutes.
But no, like they still do that. Like today, like the limit for all the DC movies is always like 72 minutes. I never understood that.
I think the reason they do that is so if they want to show it on television, they can divvy it up that way.
Maybe. I don't know. Like some of them, especially these ones that are clearly meant for more for adults, it's kind of like this would have worked a lot better if you had an extra 15 minutes. But so like to actually get the pacing down and get the character development you need in a 72-minute time span is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because I've watched a lot of the DC movies. I've seen it done maybe twice.
Red Hood.
Even Red Hood had its issues. I would say Wonder Woman. Kind of had good beginning, middle, end, and it was very tightly knit movie.
Right.
Maybe Under Red Hood, even then I don't know. Honestly, I'm not saying kind of that kind of group that thinks Under the Red Hood is a little overrated. Still really solid. The ending's great. It's just a little overrated because Black Mask is obnoxious as shit. But no, yeah, I agree. This pacing's really good on that one too. Anything else? All right.
Good.
So. Still really good. That's it.
It's gonna change, though.
What's that?
It's gonna change.
You think so?
No. This is a comment.
Oh, okay.
It was just a snide comment on mine.
Okay. So one day it's gonna change in the year 2042.
Somehow it's different.
Wait for like George Lucas it up.
Oh God.
Batman's gonna say no over the Wayne grave. No, my dead parents!
Yeah.
What if Joker had a CGI slug I always hunt around? What if we can do that? What if we gave the woman in the kitchen CGI eyes that move randomly?
What was the thing I told you? What if we made them all bagels?
I was
talked.
What if we had Joker actually fuck the robot?
Oh no.
Oh.
That'd be Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah, he dressed it up like Batman for this one.
I just want to know what he does with the piece of skin he puts in his pocket.
I don't want to.
Oh yeah, I remember we all got a good laugh at that, dude. Just
It's like, questions. I have questions. But no, it holds up really well.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see when I'm going to see the latest week. I got to see like The Grinch, Overlord, and there's some other movies out this week. I always forget what it
at
is.
least I'm looking forward to Overlord.
Oh, you don't want to watch The Grinch?
I don't want to, but I'll probably join you.
Do you want to go see The Grinch?
No.
Okay, fine.
No amount of Benedict Cumberbatch can make me go to that.
I'm sorry, Grant. It's going to be after you and me.
Damn.
I swear there's a third movie out this week that I cannot remember for the life of me.
You're a big fool, Cumberbatch.
Like, it wouldn't be so bad if they actually let him play the fucking Grinch and not whatever the hell they had him do in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, came out like Benedict Cumberbatch, like doing like the voice he did in like The Hobbit for the Grinch would be amazing. But instead, we got the I'm hyper, I'm in.
Yeah.
They get a lot of fangirls.
Okay.
Very uncomfortable fan fiction about the Grinch.
I'm sure it already exists.
I'm gonna look this up.
I don't want to give them any more ideas.
The Grinch and the Lorax.
No, the Onceler.
Oogie.
Oh god.
No,
Now
that
the one series be the one and done deal.
no, that guy got a fucking following.
You're fucking shitting me. Or it did. The girl with the dragon. This is the spider's web. That's why I keep forgetting what it is. Or like the Grinch and the Babadook.
You mean
What happened to Pennywise? What's going on? Is
They're-
it? Let me guess. What was it called? What is the season called in the
Fleet Week?
fall? No, in the fall when is it called Clutch season?
I have
Someone's
no
clutching
idea.
something.
That's why it's called Clutching season.
I'm not familiar with the
Pretty sure
term.
it's called Clutching season. I'm gonna look this up again.
Oh god, this is me scared.
You know, let's end the review. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys. I kind of want to see where this goes.